Yes. Back again. Another video. Transfers. Well, let's talk about Trent, the future of Liverpool. Who's going to be the right back going forward? Because Trent Alexander-Arnold said he's leaving, and a few other topics that we'll chop up. G in the building. Savage is in the building. We've been chopping it up in the background anyway. But how's the man them today, man? Let's do the check-in. Let's do the mental health check-in. Sav, I know you're pro to this. You've been doing it, so we can only follow your example going forward. We're checking in on the people before we get going, man. So, lads, how are we today, man? Anything do we need to get off our chests? Or safe space?
We know.
Definitely not no safe space. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
No, it's a safe space. What?
I'm fine. I'm literally fine. Life couldn't be better. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
How is the
You see? No safe space, bro.
So I'm saying, man,
I didn't say nothing.
Nah, bro, don't listen to ends, bro. You look at your girl's deaf, bro, enough to hear a shit, bro.
Well.
Gang signs and prayers, blood. You get me?
Yo, nah. I'm not even involved. Yo, I'm blessed though, man. Hope you guys are good though. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's blessed.
How did your morning start, bro? What did we get done today? It's only 12 o'clock.
I had to go sort out. I got a wedding on Sunday, so just sorting out bits for the wedding. Grab little man a couple bits and bobs. I ordered some shoes for him as well, so I'm just waiting for them to come back. I think they said they'll be there tomorrow. I think I need to pick it up. So yeah, literally, man, literally.
Are you doing like a 3-piece thing or
literally, 3-piece, 3-piece.
So man's invited to the wedding now. What's going on here, blood? Why you like got secret weddings to talk about?
I mean, if you weren't on the invite list, then I don't know what to say. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't write the invite list. Like,
you turned to your bridge night. Didn't you get one?
Yeah, sorry, man. Like, it's one of the exclusive. You know, the ones where you have to leave your phone at the door and that, like, can't even come inside. It's all right though.
Well, it's not you getting married.
Well, no, I'm not getting married.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, well then makes sense why I don't have an invite then. I was thought.
I was getting married, yeah.
Yeah, because it sounded like you and Ed knew about secret.
Like.
It sounded like you two knew about secret wedding night.
No, it's because he mentioned it before, so I remembered when he said when he was talking about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, because he was listening to me. Unfortunately, you weren't listening. So, yeah.
I don't know. It's all right, Sav, man. Sorry, bro. It's all good.
How about you? When you two do decide to get married, let me know. I need at least 12 weeks. 12 weeks notice in that car. I just need to hit the gym a little bit more in that car. I'll show out.
Nah, man can't be coming there with a bigger.
That's why. That's my favorite thing to do.
I tell him, man, a week before. Yo, you know I'm getting married next week, bro. Like,
that's my favorite thing to do, bro. I always like to go to these places and show up the groom and that. You get me? Do my thing.
Nah, bro, you can't be out there trying to take the aura off the man that's getting married, bro. That's crazy, bro.
You know, when the wedding's finished and the only thing everyone's talking about is, you saw Savage. Fuck it up, man. Yeah, he looks.
You know what I like, bro? I like when girls do that, bro. You know when the bridesmaid does the idiot thing, but then the maid of honor, she just decides to wear white. Hold on, what are you doing? And I'll be real with this type of wedding. With this type of wedding, if the bridesmaids does wear white, yeah, there'll be beef regardless. I know that for a fact because I know that people getting married and she ain't trying to hear that. You wearing white. I promise you're not coming in. I promise you're not coming in.
Yeah, that's when you have to get people to escort them out. Like, yo, listen, you're going to have to leave, innit? Like,
unless you got to change the clothes, calm. But if you don't, which most people probably won't, then, boy.
It's an idiot thing, bro. It's an idiot thing, bro.
What? I'm glad the man them are good, though. Sav, everything good? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the truth because no one cares. And also...
No, I care, bro. I'm not going to...
That's just what you don't, bro. It's too early for that blood. It's not watershed in it. I'm saying with that. I'll be fine. I'm all right, but I just need to get sucked up today at some point, blood.
Wow.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just saying, man. Sometimes you just know in it. I need an extra one.
Right. Big up to John in the building. Big up to Scraps as well. Guys, if you're just locking in, please drop a like. And then take part in the poll that's in the chat as well. Let me know how your day is going, and then we'll get to the results at the end. First conversation I want to talk about: Trent Alexander-Arnold, 150k a week. Real Madrid of today also asked Liverpool, "Can we take Trent early because of the Club World Cup?" I don't know. Obviously, it's only just now I've seen it, so I don't know if anything's been said to them yet, or are they saying no, we'll wait till the end of June 30th, or will we release him early and maybe you guys pay a little fee for him? I don't know what you guys think. Looking at the wage, me and Sav kind of chucked it up a little bit, but now the dust is settled, open floor. Let's just chop it up, man. 150k a week. Real Madrid won him a bit earlier. Liverpool fans have kind of been split in terms of their conversations. Some don't like it, some like it, some don't care. It's kind of just split at the moment. Where you man are at now with the dust settling?
150k a week, but that's
yeah, 150. The 150 is kind of shocking to me still.
Yeah, for real.
I know that as one of them insights, because he mentioned it before the Trent dropped the video. Like he was on TalkSport talking about it, and he was like, "I'm expecting a video from Trent to drop today," and then it dropped while they were online. So he knew something. And he was like, it's definitely not financial because the disparity between money isn't big enough. Like it's a small amount of money, the gap between them and Liverpool. So when he said that, I thought it was going to be still way more money than this.
Yeah.
So 150, I don't know.
Because it could be a big signing on fee, though, in itself. It could be like maybe he gets like a young 25 mil or something mad.
No, it's true. It's true, but wages are still wages, isn't it? So yeah. I just still thought it would be more than that, but hey, man, I didn't think it was financial with Trent in the first place, to be honest. Like I really didn't. And if you can go to the club book, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of what you said yesterday because you want him at the squad now. I don't care, and I think judging from what I seen online yesterday, it seems like most people are just like most people seem extra angry. But I mean, if you let him go early, Club World Cup's 15th of June.
15th of June.
Which means you'd let him go. When did they let him go? Like, well, basically, as soon as the season's done, let him go.
As soon as the season is done, yeah, you just let him go.
Yeah, just do it then, innit? Like, to me, like, once the season's done, you contracted your contract in it, but there's no obligation after the season's done that you're going to do anything anyway, because they're going to have a break first, so you're basically letting him go in his break anyway. So you might as well just let him go, innit? And it's better for the club as well, because let's just move on now, innit? It's not even a negative thing. It's like, thanks for your service, but the season's over now, so you might as well go off, have your holiday, and then go and be with your new team. So
I saw a post as well on X this morning, and it was like a comparison of Trent's tweet when he was leaving and Origi's tweet when he was leaving, and it was like Trent said he's blah 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 leaving, blah 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 at the end of the season, full stop. Trent picture with Origi. This blah 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 is leaving. Thank you very much for your 8-year service. You're a legend. Tagged him in it, and then with a picture of Origi. I was like, right. Obviously, people look too much into stuff at time, but I just found it really funny. One was like, thank you for your service. Great 8 years. You're a legend. The other one's like, Trent Alexander-Arnold said he's leaving Liverpool Football Club at the end of the season. Full stop.
But to be fair, did Origi do a video?
I don't think so. If I remember, I don't think so.
So yeah, I guess that's where the difference with the whole thing would lie. But
yeah, most of the people didn't do a video when we had that little group of like Ox and all that. None of them did a video. Lallana and all that. They just left. Yeah. That's how normal. That's usually how people leave. It's normally if you're a big deal in it that you do a video, like De Bruyne with his statement for Man City and all that stuff. But
yeah. I'm with Savage, man. Just as in, I see zero difference whether you let him go. Now, if anything, you're what's the phrase? Is it cutting the hand? No, is it cutting the nose?
Spite the face.
Despite the face, that's all you'd be doing if you kept him. Like, well, why not just sell him? Like, you could actually get some money. You didn't want the money in the January fairs, no worries. But he barely really played since then anyway. So you're better off just getting 10 million at least. Like, so at least it's on the books. Like, okay, we got £10 million profit for a academy player that we didn't sign. So really, if anything, FSG, it wouldn't surprise me because of the way that they move. If they said, yeah, let's sanction that. Heck, let's see if we can get more. You know, give us 20 and we'll guarantee 100%. you could just take him nice and early and then move. But even 150k, yeah, I think it is kind of low that I thought, but I can only imagine the signing on bonus that he's probably getting. When you work it out, he's earning a base wage of 150, but I reckon the signing on bonus, which I have no idea what it is, I reckon that would put him amongst top.
No, it will be
around.
stupid.
Yeah.
It'll be something stupid. Yeah.
Because even if say they give him like a young 50 mil, just for an example, you saved us a lot of money. The wage ain't gonna be madness over the years, but because you saved us a transfer fee, which could have probably been around 100 mil, and then we would have to have given you a crazy wage anyway, because we would have to give you a low wage, and then we didn't have to pay anything for you, then we could give you this, and then that, so you still get your worth, but at the same time they still save some money themselves as well. So, man, it's an interesting one. I think the conversation with Trent is going to go on until he leaves, until it's kind of done and dusted. So I'm like spiteful slightly in it. I'm like, nah, bun them, don't send him there until his contract is done. But at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, if I don't want him in the team, might as well just get a little change for him then and let him go on. But the selfish side of me and the spiteful side is like, I don't want you to go and win a trophy early. I want you to have to go work for it across the season. I want you to have to go dig your heels in and fight for those trophies in La Liga. But yeah, that's just the spiteful side more than anything else.
Oh, so you want to cut off the nose to spite the face? Okay, fair.
Yeah, like you got your Jekyll and Hyde. That that side is going, do that, man. Let him suffer in the reserves or something until the 30th of June. The other side's like, nah, bro, come on, man.
Okay, just on that, before we even move on, if you did that, don't you think that's a very negative look? Even I know we won't do that anyway. Like that's not how we move, which is very good, by the way. I like that. But don't you think that would be a negative look on the club as a whole? Because then if others see that, they'll start thinking, oh, right, that's what, like, for example, people might see a Chelsea or a Manchester United. I know people still go there, but there is that thing of, right, like these men are quick to banish Jadon Sancho with the under 14s and that, like sitting in the car and eating lunch and you know, but like by yourself type of vibe. Like, I'm not saying we'll go to that extreme length, but I'm not saying we'll also do what you're saying either. But you know what I mean? Like, don't you feel like that would have a negative impact?
No, I think if you're a big club, you have to act in a big club way, and you're not more important than the club itself. And prime example, when PSG did it to Mbappe, no one batted an eyelid. Everyone just laughed like, "Raw, they're serious, bro. You don't want to be here. All right, big man, go on training with the reserve. Go on training with your brother, man. Relax. Go and do that. Play with the under 18s." Up until the what's he called? The president or whatever they call them over there, my guy there, he said, nah, listen, just put him back in the team. Or he'd have just been suffering in the under 18s or reserves. So similar to that. Like we're not gonna bend over backwards for Real Madrid.
First, it's only weird because there's only 3 games left.
Yeah,
I know, but still have to show that level. There's times when we go like our club's just a little pushover. They're not ruthless. They're not this. These are like the moments where you can be spiteful and ruthless at the same time. Like, cool, you're going, no problem, but you're gonna go on our terms.
But that's not professional, though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's not really professional.
But
that's actually not professional because he's done everything. But like, forget how we feel. He's done technically everything by the book, like exactly by the book. So you throwing him away just because, that's not our plans anymore, doesn't actually make sense. Like it's.
I know, but no one said that when PSG did that to Mbappe.
No, but we're not PSG.
I know, but I'm saying in general fans, because we're talking maybe like on the behalf of fans.
I didn't even know. All I realized with PSG is that they kept taking him off early. That's what I noticed.
No, they took him out. Enrique took him out of the team.
But look what you just said that the president had to do. Now that's now made it look like, well, this isn't a serious outfit. To me, that's not serious. If the president has to get involved, which in equivalent here, I guess would be John Henry or whatever, getting involved, I'll be like, that's a circus now. Like, he's gone now, and the team is doing well at this current stage in time, and cool, whatever. But the reality is, it's the cut of the nose by the face. It's the same thing. It's like
my biggest thing is more the fact that it's 3 days. I mean, it's 3 games. So like,
yeah.
If Trent said that he was leaving halfway through the season after the January transfer window, and then you just decided that you don't want him in your plans and all that, well, obviously you're still the coach, so you can do it like that. If you're like, I think it's going to affect the way we're playing. That's fair enough. But with 3 games left, it actually looks spiteful from the outside as well. And it doesn't. It's what G said. It doesn't look serious at that point.
Would you think
3 games is crazy, bro?
Do you think the fans would care though? Honestly,
I don't care what they think.
No, I'm saying, but would you? Because at the end of the day, obviously our point of view matters because it's our point of views, right?
Well, it probably
But
seemed like
general
Liverpool.
consensus how it looks on the club. That's what we're kind of going towards. How does
I'm saying it no, because I think G could be on about different. But when I'm thinking they don't look professional, I'm thinking as an outfit to everyone in the world. Not Liverpool.
Yeah. That's the
Liverpool fans, they probably won't care because most of them are angry with Trent. So it's like, haha. And then for the club, it's like, oh, you pandering to the fans. But you don't pander to the fans when we want you to buy players. You want to pander to be spiteful, bro. Like, it doesn't make... We look... Remember, we're supposed to be the classy outfit, so it looks more classy doing the right thing and then getting on with our things like, oh, what a classy club Liverpool is, man. This geezer's gone. We've moved on. They've won the league. Slot doesn't... Again, not trying to set the piss, but Slot's not us, and he doesn't have a problem with Trent. Neither does his teammates. So like, for him, it's like, why would I do that? Now, do I give someone else a chance in the team? Yeah, but I was going to do that anyway because it's the end of the season. So I wouldn't.
But at the same time, you don't want to look weak as a football club as well, where another team is taking your starlet. That's another point of view to look at it. And then you're pandering to them, letting them dictate when they take the player instead of you.
But you're not though, because remember you decided.
You're not deciding though. Because
No. But we are deciding. Look, in this situation, in like this specific one, in terms of if they bid and whatever, we are deciding because we could say no. He runs his contract finishes.
But we're talking on the side of if he goes though. If we let him go, we look better off than we keeping him and being spiteful. So if we let him go, then we are pandering. If we keep him, then it looks like we're being spiteful. I'm more along the line of making.
No, I don't think if we keep him, we look like we're being spiteful. I think if you throw him in reserves, it looks like we're being spiteful.
Yeah. The keeping him is whatever.
If we keep the rest of the season how it's already going at the moment, Trent's fit, so he's just on the bench because Bradley's playing or whatever. That's normal. I just thought I was on about the part where you said about like what they did to Mbappe, like banishing him for 3 games looks weird anyway. Like, that looks strange, because it's not. I know that it's Madrid's asking for this, but it's not to pander to Madrid because pandering to them would be like, yeah, you can take him if they've got to pay for it. But then that's a benefit to Liverpool because it's actually, in fact, Liverpool will look stupid in general because they offered 20+ million in January and we turned it down. So the fact that if they're going to offer to pay like that much now with 3 days, then you definitely take it, innit?
Yeah.
I would have knob earlier on. I'll take the money now and let him do what.
If say they don't take it, then I think this is a great point. If they don't take it, then what would you then think of him? Because obviously you're right. They had the opportunity to take money then, but I think obviously based on the conversation, what people has put in the media, Trent only just made his decision apparently. So if he only just made his decision apparently, then obviously they were right in terms of turning that down because they thought they could convince him. But say now it comes to that and then they turn that down, how do you think we should look at the club from us?
So Liverpool turn the money down?
Yeah, say we just say, no, bun that. We don't want that money, bro. You're going to stay until whatever, innit?
I don't think Liverpool look bad. I just think that's crazy not to take the money. But I don't think Liverpool look bad because it is the point. Then it's like, oh no, we're not taking your blood money and that. If we're going to do stuff by the contract, then we're keeping him until he's not a Liverpool player anymore. And you lot can go off and play your club because you're still not our club. That's a fair enough thing. That's just business versus business. You get me? But because of how our owners are and our sporting directors and that, I think it's crazy that you got past the first part in January. The reason why you didn't let him go then is probably because you thought you can convince him with the rest of the time you've got left. Now you realise you haven't been able to convince him and you're getting no money. Now you got one last chance to get a bit of money in it. And it's only to spite like 2+ games and that. It's not even to spite games because Trent can still finish the season.
Yeah.
And then they get rid of him. So you're basically just selling him for nothing anyway. Just sell him. Like, just get the money. Like, the season's done. He's got to remember when Real Madrid want him, Trent would be on holiday with Liverpool anyway. Like, he'd be in the Bahamas somewhere with his girl. He wouldn't be playing. He wouldn't be in pre-season. So, fuck it. Get some money back and then go buy somebody else or put it on top of someone else's wages or something. I would do that anyway.
Big up to everyone locked in, man. Big up to everyone locked in, guys. Love for the love. Yeah, guys, if you let us know what you think as well. If you're watching it on a replay, what would you do? What would you guys do? Would you sell him now if they offered a young little change so he can go to the Club World Cup, or would you just be the spiteful one and go, nah, we're gonna wait till the 30th of June, and that's when we'll let you go, and then you can go and do whatever you want past that point? I would love to know.
He's interesting though. He very is interesting, but I just feel like in business you ain't got no time to be spiteful, bro, unless you're Newcastle or Man City or something like that, bro. We don't really fun like that. And also, who are you spiting really? Because just because Roman just said the one, you're not actually spiting them. Remember, like if you never came to still play the club, it's not going to make that much of a difference.
I know, but he makes the team better if he goes early, gives them a better chance of winning it. So you're trying to take away a little bit of chance, because we can't say he doesn't, because you know what I mean. We know how good he is, so clearly he'll make Real Madrid a better team.
I don't know, man. Tony, I don't know. The club that tournament's not a long tournament, so I don't know if he makes that much of a difference. They wouldn't even at that point. They wouldn't even had like a full preseason or anything. He'd just be thrown into a squad and with a new manager as well.
Would he need a preseason? Technically, he's still fit. It's the season.
No, I mean in terms of like getting to know the squad, he wouldn't know anything there, and they're gonna have a new manager by then as well. Like Ancelotti, it seems like he's done right at the end of the season, so I don't think he's going to be the manager.
Have they stopped that thing then, Sav? He's not going Brazil early then?
No, he's not going Brazil, but there's an agreement now from yesterday that the last game of the season against Sociedad, I think, or Sevilla, is his last game. It's done. So whether it's Alonso or whatever, there will be a new manager by then. So
fair enough. Big up to everyone, man. Big up to man. Emil says, big up, guys. Excellent watch. 20 times, take the money. Red on share says, get him out of here, SAP. I hear it, bro. Get him out. Sell him. Maluso. Where's the other one? I did see another one. Bizzle says, take the little change. He's going anyways. Fairs. Fairs. What's the replacement then, lads? We've kind of had previous conversation about this in terms of who we think should come in, who's the right replacement, who's best suited for Liverpool Football Club. We've had slight back and forth in terms of what we feel like, if it's Bradley or whoever else we've kind of added to it. Before I go on to the next bit, in terms of looking at, I've chosen 5 in terms of conversation we've had, so most of them are from what we've kind of said. But what should we look for in a right back, in your opinion? I think that's what we need to kind of see if we can agree on. Like, what do we need as a right back? Clearly, we don't need a Trent, because Trent is his own man. We don't necessarily need a Trent. So what do we need in a right back to move forward and progress with this team?
Gotta have high IQ. I know that much. Gotta have high IQ. I think the type of right back isn't necessarily important. I think it's going to be about the quality of that right back in terms of what is his attributes actually bring. And also as well, tactically, we don't know. For example, you had Trent doing inverting stuff. Maybe he's got the left back doing that next season, because the left back we get is someone who's really, really good at inverting. So now the right back doesn't become that type of guy. I have no idea, by the way. So yeah, it's kind of tricky really to know at this stage what type of right back he's looking for. Bradley could just be the one type, like the guy that he's, yeah, that's fine. And then I'll just get any backup that's just available. Yeah, I don't really, I'll be real, like looking at it tactically, I've tried, and I'll be honest, there's not an answer, like, because I don't know what right back you would prefer, like in this type of system. I don't know how you're going to play.
What obviously we've watched pretty much all Liverpool games, bar maybe a couple where we've been probably busy. But from what you've seen in terms of the team, what do you look at and go, right, if we had this type of right back, potentially we could have done this, or if we put this guy in there, maybe we can use this type of system with them in there. Because obviously it's going to be difficult for us to speak on a manager point of view. We don't know. We're not going to know what he wants currently, because, you know what I mean, he's not really gone after a right back like that, or not needed to. But what have you, like, watching all the games, what kind of attributes you're like, right, if my man did this, or my man did that, or if he had this,
Kunde.
Okay.
Someone who can slot in maybe at centre back, who's comfortable playing as a right back, good as a right back, but can also play centre back. So if I do need to go into a back 3 because my left back, for example, is doing up Trent up further up the field, or just high up the field, and he's not really here, then I've at least got the 3 at the back. But at least that right back is someone, and that's why I would want Kunde, someone who I know, okay, yeah, you know what, this is calm, because you've actually got someone there who's not just there, if that makes sense, because positionally, this is where you just have to be. No, it's someone who, he actually fully understands this role, knows where he needs to be, knows what he needs to do, looks comfortable in that position, then man can kind of go. And yeah, so I'll be looking at someone like that. Like, that's my opinion.
In terms of like attributes you look at as well, like for instance, tackling, maybe good on the ball you mentioned earlier. What other ones would you say? So you,
I'll be real. I'll be real. None. I'll be honest. There isn't any because the reality is any fullback that he's going to look at, they're all going to have good at something. There's none like Trent. The closest you'd be looking at is like Hakimi or like someone of that kind of ilk.
I'd hope that they're quick, man. I'd want somebody who's
quick. Do you think? And when
They
you say
all-
quick, what type of quick are you talking about?
yeah, because they're all pretty quick, right? Most like the ones we've kind of spoken about.
I don't think you'd look at Trent and Bradley and call them quick, innit?
Fair.
They're quick for professional. They're like quick enough to be professional footballers, but
Mm.
nobody ever mentions them, and then that's one of the attributes you put forward. And when you mention Carl Walker, you say pace straight away. You know, Hakeem is really quick and that. So, just because it's on Salah's side, isn't it? So I'm not expecting Salah to do more as he gets older. He's probably going to do less, bro. Which means there's not going to be much tracking there. I don't know if he's going to play Szoboszlai the next season exactly the same as he has been doing, because he's been doing all the dog work, innit? So if you want a slower pace in midfield, if you get caught out, you're going to need someone who's pretty quick. Now, G's right. If they're not going on the left-hand side and that's where the person inverts a little bit more and stuff, then it won't matter. But you probably need some kind of like, when they're tracking back, there's a possibility they're going to get back instead of just looking like they can run now. I mean, some kind of recovery pace. But yeah, G's right. When it comes to on-the-ball attributes, they're all going to pretty much kind of have the same. Maybe someone who's like not a specialist in dead ball's not really that. Just someone who can cross the ball in, man. Who's like known for that. That'll be.
So,
I don't want to waste time doing overlaps and then they can't cross.
and that was one of the things I openly said I think Bradley needs to work on. I think that final ball into the boxes, I've seen like he struggles a bit. So from our conversation, I've Frimpong's been on the list because I know we've been linked with you, and I saw earlier about it potentially could be him. He's the one that we're looking at. So that's where it's at the moment.
Seems very realistic considering Leverkusen's probably going to lose a few players anyway. I think Wirtz is going to Bayern Munich. Alonso's probably going to go to Madrid. He'll probably leave too.
He's going to go Bayern Munich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know obviously you mentioned Koundé there, G, but that's obviously great centre back / right back to get, but ideally I know we ain't gonna get him. Mention Hakimi, he's already settled and happy where he is currently. But these are the guys that's has the potential. So I've gone Frimpong, Ola Aina is one of the ones I know you guys are massive fans of, and obviously like I was watching like clips of them earlier, like just all of them. I was like, Ola is cold still. He's cold, man. I'll put Livramento in it because of the conversation we had. And I know obviously he's at Newcastle. When I say likely, it could be an option. I don't know obviously what that money looks like to get him, but it could be a likely.
Very good player.
We looked at Jed Spence as well in terms of he's at Spurs, got huge potential, but not really being able to go and do it on a high state like the big levels in it or the
It's his first full season, really. Isn't it? Like he's been there, but it's the first time they've used him this season.
True. And obviously Bradley's our own in it, so just looking at Bradley as well. So what I've done, obviously, I've gone and Squawker and kind of compared them, added like the defensive staff, passing, just to kind of look how they compare against each other. Let me go here and I'll show you guys. Hold on, let me add you guys back. Bear with. Yeah, so just to compare what they've done this season in the Premier League. And I've done it per 90 because I know G always goes, per 90. So I've done it per 90.
At least because then it's unfair for example. Because Bradley's only played 16 games, so like it wouldn't. His stats will just look shit in comparison. So I'm like, do it per 90, you get a better accurate thing.
Okay, guys in the chat, let me know if you can see it. Guys, can you see? You can see that, innit?
Yeah.
So just looking at all I've done is games, minutes, shots on target, goals, assists, chances created, passing attempt, passing completed, passing percentage, long ball, all of these stuff, through balls, backwards passes, sideways passes, goals, tackles, all of those stuff that I think a defender kind of needs within the system. So in terms of games, obviously, Ola would be the one, Ola and Livramento, I think they're the ones, and Frimpong, they're the standout ones. Bradley's only had 16 games so far. Obviously, he's had to compete with Trent, so those 16 came when Trent was injured and a few sub appearances. But just looking at shots on target, right? Because what we've noticed this season from the stats to tactics, our fullbacks are doing a lot more inverted runs and overlap. they've been
Yeah.
able to get into good positions, but it feels like they don't take the opportunities when they get there. It's like, yo, can we just hit that target there? They opt to do something different or miss the target. So looking at that, Frimpong's got the highest. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, shots on target percentage, and he's more likely to score and assist if he gets into those areas.
Is that true though?
Based on the stats in the league, like that's what it says. So
No, but like what I'm saying is obviously-
he scored a couple of goals this season, but I mean, obviously, it would be more factual if I say I've watched all of his games and go, no, when he gets there, I've seen it.
No. I'm not saying like you're wrong. No, I'm not. Obviously, the stats are
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
What I'm saying is, on everyone on this list, he doesn't play right back, so that stat is going to be skewed regardless anyway, because he doesn't even play the position of these guys. So already, any attacking stats, maybe not all of them. There's probably going to be one or two that other people are better than him at, but most of them, like goals and stuff, I wouldn't.
Going to be higher
that for Frimpong if I
Do you know
wouldn't
who I'd say
the
that would
others.
be right against? I think slightly more towards Ola Aina than the other ones, because I've seen Bradley there, seen Jed Spence there, and I've seen Livermento there, like really high up inside the box with areas where they can shoot.
But we know there's a difference between basically there's a difference, between being a right back who gets high and a right winger. So do you get what I'm trying to say? So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not saying, by the way, these are not bad or stats or whatever. These are calm. This looks great, whatever. I bet if you compared that with other right wingers, let's see how good Frimpong really looked in comparison. I probably would say he probably would be kind of on the low end of things. 0.2 I'm seeing for goals, assists 0.3. He might be on the low end of that. And that's against people his actual peers. Whereas against the right backs, bro, of course, he's going to be amazingly high. I'm more, with this year, if you're going to add Frimpong, I would only be looking at the defensive stats, because then I can say, okay, let's see. But then again, it's difficult because his role isn't the same role that Bradley or Jed Spence is getting to do. He might not have that many times when he has to go 1v1 versus a player in terms of defensively. Like, that's why I mentioned about Frimpong before. I'm not against it, but I'm just like, I feel like people have got one vision, i.e. Szoboszlai, of what you think this player is. When he comes to the team, though, the job that he actually does, I feel we're going to get frustrated with him, same way that we've done with Szoboszlai, because we think before we come, this is the type of player I'm watching. And I'm watching Frimpong doing up fucking tricks on the flipping side and skinning man and doing a madness. But then defensively, I can't sit here and say Frimpong is the best defensively. Like, I like it. I've watched him and I've just thought, yeah, but like Bradley's better than you defensively, in my opinion, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know.
All right, cool. Let's look at the passing stats. I think the passing one, Bradley, passing attempts, Bradley's the highest. Passing completion, he's not the highest. Jed Spence is. That's high still for 87%. That's, to be fair, Frimpong's on 84 as well. They're all right. Livermento's on 86. Now that's quite high. They're passing. The long passing one, that they're all kind of low, to be fair, apart from, is that Ola? Yeah. Apart from him. Crossing, because a lot of times we get into good areas, and obviously Trent was renowned for his deliveries into the box when we get into those half spaces. So we look at the crossing completed, and the crossing percentages. The highest on there is Jed Spence at 36%, compared to 26, 23, 19, and 16 from Bradley. That's what I was saying about his final third delivery hasn't been great. That's one of the things he needs to work on massively. Then I look like forward passes in terms of how we want to play. Bradley, that's crazy. Only four per game, but it could be due to the system as well. Or maybe because he's higher up, as you said, G, that's why he probably doesn't play a lot more forward passes. Could be, maybe most of it has to be backwards or sideways because he's that forward pass, if that makes sense. Just looking at them. Backwards passes, sideways passes. Bradley does a lot of those as well. And then we've got duels contested. So Bradley's the highest in terms of per 90. And who's at Jed Spence? So him and Jed Spence are the highest when it comes to duels. Tackles made, Bradley and Jed Spence are out in front as well with Ola Aina and Livermento as well. He's up there as well compared to Frimpong on 1.3. Their tackle success 50%. So apart from Ola Aina, yeah, Jed and Livramento, they're high as well. So Frimpong, 31% in terms of take on success rate as well. Aerial duels, obviously Frimpong's short as hell, bro. Bradley's slightly taller, so you would expect that. Ground duels per 94, 3, 4, 5.5. Bro, Jed Spence is killing these ones, boy. Maybe it's Jed Spence we need to be looking at. Ground duels success percentage 50%, 55%, 53%. Okay, so the highest will be Ola Aina. Clearances and stuff like that, interceptions and ball recovery. So ball recovery is 5.8, 3.3, 5.7, 5.7, 6.1. So pretty much the defensive side of it, Bradley and the other guys kill Frimpong in that aspect. So if Frimpong is a guy we go and get, then do you think maybe Arne Slot adjusts the system then? Because obviously they would have done it by the metrics, wouldn't they? They'll look at the stats and go, well, he's weak in these areas. Should we change it up slightly and then put him in a position where we can get the best out of him, utilize these stats, these skill sets more than we utilize these ones here? What are you guys thinking?
I don't know, man.
Because clearly Bradley's standing out with Jed Spence, Ola Aina, and Livramento compared to Frimpong in those areas.
It's kind of what G said though about where Frimpong is on the pitch, and obviously they have more of the ball in nearly every single game they play.
Ball recoveries high. Yeah.
It's honestly it's tricky. You know, they're so lucky. These men have got like a database, and they got probably stats that we don't even know about, like that they've thrown in. Kind of thing. It's hard, man. It's hard looking on this and trying to think. Like, if I had to pick, maybe Ola Aina, maybe I'd probably go with.
Funny thing is, if you take away the fact that you can see red and green lines, if you look at the actual numbers,
that's why I'm just looking at the numbers. They're
not that far away from each other in most of the stuff. It's just that because you can see the green, it looks like they're way ahead. But some of the stuff they are, somewhere.
Because from the defensive aspect, Jed Spence, from what I can see, and you're right, Sav, they're all pretty close to each other, but Jed Spence is the standout one from the defensive side.
And on that list, he's got to do more than everyone as well. So that's why his thing's higher than everyone. Like the way Spurs play that stupid high line, he's always running back trying to stop people doing stuff. Like the other teams, Livramento doesn't play as often anyway, but it's per 90. But yeah, we've got the ball on it, and obviously then Nottingham set up a certain way as well. So it's interesting still.
Remember, we forget Livramento plays left back as well.
Yeah, I did expect that from Jed Spence, to be honest. Like, it's not a shock to me. We all watch Spurs play, bro. We know what they're on. It's like flipping basketball. Defenders are always putting in more work, but I don't know. I don't think my mind will be changed by any of the people based off the metrics. It's not that shocking. I feel like if your choice is to go with Bradley going forward, then I think Aina's the right one to out of that list because he's so experienced already and he's a bit older. It makes sense, doesn't it? You know what I mean? People like Livramento and that, they're around the same age as Bradley, so
yeah.
You're kind of making a choice there and then sticking with one of them more often than not. And I think he's just the level above Bradley at the moment, but and then Frimpong's it's all like about how attacking you want to be with Frimpong, really. If you want everything to be more controlled in midfield and all that stuff and keep the ball and that, then I don't think you need to. Frimpong, you might not need him. He's good though. He's a good going forward. He's very direct to what he does, but I don't know, man. What are you thinking, then?
I know, because obviously earlier we mentioned like speed and stuff like that, and we were looking at maybe, you know, we need that defensive, be able to pass and make sure they're doing the defensive work first and foremost. So now looking at it, obviously I'd love to have Frimpong in the team. I'm like, maybe Jed Spence, maybe should we send a little young bid over at Spurs, man, just to see what's going on over there? It's not like Jed Spence he's not old, he's still young, still developing.
Most people wanted him when he was leaving Nottingham, to be honest. He was quite high on everyone's list, and then when he went to Spurs, everyone kind of gave up on it after that. He's good, man. Jed Spence is good, and he's quick as well. So
yeah, he's definitely quick, bro. And we've seen him play left back and right back, and done well against us. To be fair, I don't even think any time we played him this season, even though we've kind of smoked them up. He hasn't done bad.
Mm.
I've not looked at the game and gone like, yo, Jed Spencer's done really, like he's proper stood out and done really well against.
What are we going
Liverpool.
to... Let's get Wan-Bissaka, bro.
No. We need some bit of getting forward as well.
He can get forward. He's just not
Get
good.
forward?
Yeah,
No.
he's just not good. When he gets-
No. Why did you throw him in there? Go on, Sam. Talk to me. Why did you?
He's better than all of them defensively.
Right.
That's the reason. That's the only reason.
But he's got to be able to play as well. You know what I mean? Be able to.
Yeah, he can play. Like I'm watching him this season, he can play. He's way better now than he was at Man U. And when I liked him at Palace, and he was good on the ball as well. So that bullshit that I saw him getting forward at Man U, I've not seen that like this season. I've not been watching him going, oh, he looks shit going forward. He's just not great going forward. But at the end of the day, right back is a defender, bro, and nobody really gets past this guy like that. So just saying, defensively, man, it's him and Konate on that one side, brother. Just saying, bro.
You say
Spider-Man and meets anime, you know, that's gonna be.
Spider-Man meets anime. Jesus. So you say not one ball will go down that side. They're like, listen,
wrong, bro. Man, I'll just give up, bro.
But you know what it will force us to do? Let's actually start playing football now. Because you can't use that right side for us. Like, Savage is smart, you know. Yeah, you'll be clever.
Yeah, he's good, man. Wan-Bissaka's good, bro.
Get us playing football and that.
But let us know in who would you guys choose in the chat, right? So out of Frimpong, they put Wan-Bissaka in there as well. So out of Frimpong, Wan-Bissaka, Ola Aina, Livramento, Jed Spence or Bradley. Obviously, we got Bradley, so Bradley is the one. Would you start Bradley or would you bring in? Who would you bring in and who would you start?
You know what we should be looking at? We should be looking at someone like. I don't know what his metrics are saying. To be fair, I need to check. But like someone like Cambiasso or like Juve or like you know, like them technical. But again, I'm more looking at the way that he plays to play left back. The guy plays left wing, right wing, left back, right back. I'm like that level of versatility. None of these guys can do that. Bar Livramento, who can play left back and right back. Aina maybe a little bit, but I don't know. Honestly, bro, like.
It does seem like it's quite not rare, but the way football's going, it seems like all the players are like versatile now, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Because of the way their systems are made. So I guess you get Frimpong and that. And Salah's still probably not going to leave the pitch at any point. But if you did, then you can like push Frimpong further forward in the right wing position and bring on the right back. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the reason why Man City has been so good for so long, because everyone in their back four is versatile, bro. Like they don't move Diaz, but if they wanted to move Diaz, they could. They just don't. Actually, they did, didn't they? They put him in DM and John Stones, and then all the left backs and right backs can play everywhere. Like it's crazy. That's why it doesn't matter how many injuries they have at the back. They've always got players.
That's so true, you know. What's it? Christian's gone Kunde, Harrison's gone Frimpong. Smirk has gone Hakimi all day. No, we can't get Hakimi, bro. He's already. Gab said we should go and get Ola Aina Bradley to be the understudy. That's fair, man. We need to fix this. Go on, bro.
Do you think, and I don't want to be deep. I'm trying not to be. And I really rate Ola Aina, by the way. But you know when you see that on a team sheet, right? Because you've put the thing up on the screen before. And everyone was getting that.
We'll be back soon, man. Don't worry, we'll be back soon.
Cool.
So, 11, we'll be back soon.
Like, you know, when you look at that, and by the way, not every, like, no team needs to have 11 world class or whatever players. I'm definitely not saying that. But you know, when you look at that, you know, like, I feel like, you know, if I just looked at it, that wouldn't scare me in a sense. Like, as an opposition, I'll be like, but Bradley and fucking Aina. Jesus, obviously.
Yeah,
no. I'm not trying to be like, okay, let's put it to you this way, right? Yeah. You just said it there about Manchester City's thing. If barring this season, because they've all been stinky, I'd take probably their entire back four. So I would take Akanji, I'll take Vardio, I'll take Ake, I'll take Diaz. I don't know who else is even thrown in. Rico Lewis, I'll take Rico Lewis. Like immediately. I don't feel like they would look at us here and say, yeah, I'll take Bradley and Ola Aina. Maybe.
Okay, I do get your point with that, but why I said there's a bit of snobbiness in it, because I'll try not to do it myself, especially when I saw that when Enzo was putting the team up, your snobbery was leaking out, bro. Now, I'm just going to be honest, isn't it? Whether I rate football or not, it does seem like there's a cycle of like season by season. Like before, it just felt like if you was class, you was class. Now it feels like, depending on what season it is, you might be good. So what I just said about Man City's back four or whoever, that's how I feel about them now, based on experience in watching them. But all the players that they've got, when they first got onto the team sheet before the season had started, I wasn't scared of them either, bro. So like we had a Kanji at Dortmund. I always thought he was good. Then he gets to Man City, and then once he's embedded in the squad after like 10 games, all of a sudden everyone's talking about Kanji. Ake, I watched Salah and Mane mash him up every single game at Bournemouth. Every single game, bro. I was never worried about him. Then he has that one season, and he's like the best player in the Prem in defense. You know what I mean? That bum that everyone used like already with the beard, with the good beard and that, bro. The Croatian don, who's really Turkish.
Can you not say his name, bro?
So, bro, that scrub the one Messi left standing in the World Cup, bro. That done, the one who plays next to Lovren.
I've seen Jerome Boateng look like he was doing the plank when he come up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like before the World, and I'm not saying that all of you lot done that because everyone watches football, innit? But the way everyone's gassing him up, I knew who he was. So when he got to the World Cup, I was like, bro, why the commentators going on like it's God's gift to football, bro? And then after, it's like, oh yeah, man. And I'm like, bro, that's a striker. That's why you is not a defender, bro. The BFA striker, bro. And then John Stones, I've seen him be shit and good for half of his career, bro. You get me? Then John Stones stepped into midfield, and all of a sudden he's the best midfielder in the Prem. So, like for me, I know how it looks on the team sheet, but they might shock you. You get me?
No, Savage. I'm definitely not saying that. Like, they could blatantly shot me. I'm really not trying to say.
And
that.
I know maybe we should change Bradley's name because Bradley don't sound cool, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Just don't sound cool, bro.
Maybe if he does, he cooks in it, then we can give him a new name, innit?
Yeah, because think about it, man. Bradley. It's not here. See,
I think about it. You know what it is. I just think. Obviously, I have to take into consideration as well the type of club that we are in terms of the players that we would go for anyway. That's what this makes it so difficult because I'm like, we're also like man said Hakimi in the chat. Obviously, if we were that type of team, we probably would be looking seriously. Yeah, do you know what I mean? But then I like that would then immediately just that strikes fear. I don't care who you are. You're looking at that thinking, fuck me. I've got basically the best right back in the world. Like that's a lot. Do you get what I'm trying to say to come up with? So yeah, man.
Sorry for waste, man. Gee, pause, bro. You have to add pause with.
I did nothing.
Hey, I'm just saying. Look, what moment was it? 47, 30.
What I will say is, and this is not against Giga. I'm just trying to your point with like names like Hakimi and that. But I've also seen the other side of that where this is just because I'm a nerd in it. So I see the other side of that where I'm watching these people play games all the time and no one ain't watching them anymore, but they've still got the name. And then you turn up to like a tournament and they go, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, I thought that game's just shit, bruv. Not examples Hakimi, but that happens all the time as well, where you're living off the name that you had 4 seasons ago and no one ain't watching you since. So it a fear of God into you when you're about to turn up and you're like, oh, it's not even, you know what I mean? Just whatever. I saw that this season with, it's like for example, this season with Real Madrid going into the Arsenal game, watch how everyone was speaking about Real Madrid about the punch up Arsenal. Yeah. And then see how everyone spoke about ballers like Camavinga, Tchouameni after that, like they were absolute scrubs, bro. Because they weren't watching them, and they've just got all of this thing in their head about the name. Obviously, we know the season before they just won the treble, but nobody cares, bro. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like when you're talking about names on the team sheet, Tchouameni looks great on the team sheet instantly to you, bro. But then I'm like, yeah, but he's not. Then okay, this person's not in his regular position, and he's not playing there. So that's what all my point is.
No, it's true. It's true.
Big up, guys, in the chat, man. Guys, smash the like, man. Why is the like so only like 35, bro? That's crazy, bro. There's close to 100 of you in here, bro. That's, doesn't make sense. If you haven't liked it yet, make sure you do so. Big up to the new subscribers as well. Savages and G's links are in the description with their Twitter as well. So if you want to go and pester them on that one, I advise you to do so. They love it, bro. They're always on Twitter tweeting stuff. So
wasting time with me, I won't even see it, bro. But
no, you will, because you've been the most.
I don't know how to read the tweets, bro. I told you in G.
No, I told you how to do this already.
No, it doesn't. I don't know how to do it, bro. The notification pops up and I don't know what everyone's talking about, so I just leave it, bro. So
I don't know how to do it, so I just ignore the conversation.
Yeah,
Sam,
bro.
All you have to do, Sam, is click the notification. That's it.
No, when I click the notification, it goes to like, it just says that someone's mentioned, but then I don't know, it doesn't show them.
Click the
How old are
actual
you?
conversation. No, it's not G. It's a safe space. Don't do that.
Oh, now it's a safe space. Oh yeah, now it's safe.
No,
I'm
and you go
saying.
online, it's not safe space, but it's a safe space.
What I'm saying is, ends the live. Don't bother me. G likes the engagement. He likes like winding people up. Twitter's pointless for me, so don't message me on it at all.
Wow. Okay, just trying to help you guys engagement, but I guess you guys don't want the engagement.
I get paid off X, man. They can leave me alone, man.
They're people that want to engage with the man them. So big up, man. You guys, listen. If you guys want to do that, man. But let's talk about some transfers, man. Liverpool transfers. It's always a good thing, always a big thing. Striker, bro. That's been on the lips of the Liverpool fans. Pause. Said it. Yeah, I said pause, bro. Come on. Gyökeres, Benjamin Šeško, Victor Osimhen are all names Liverpool are looking at to lead the line at Anfield next season. Alex Cook. That's the guys that we're looking to lead the line. One of them, I know Savage likes.
I like two of them.
Who's
Sesko.
the two?
I'm not interested in Sesko, blood.
Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
What about you, G?
Yeah, if I had to rank them in order, I'd go Gyökeres, Osimhen, and then Sesko. Like if I had to pick between the three. Yeah. Like all I know is that Liverpool best sign one of these guys, like, and throw in Isak as well. Like if you don't sign one of them, you're not even trying to see the striker.
You say sign one of them and throw in Isak.
Yeah, bro. Like, what
no, I didn't say. No, I said like throwing Isak in terms of in this.
Oh,
in this
I thought you meant like one of these and Isak. Was about to say what you want?
Bro, you think okay? If you could do that, then bro, let's get it cracking.
That's what it sounded like. G. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm on board. But then,
of course you're on board. What, two bad boys striker? Of course.
Yeah, that'll be mad.
Nah, but I mean, like throwing Isak like in this cohort of players, then yeah, like I promise you, if Liverpool turn up with anybody outside of those four, and I don't even really care about Sesko, so it's just the three. If you try to turn up with someone else, brother, like I said, man, La Liga watch next season anyway, so just take it from there, bro.
Luis Diaz, man, from David Lynch. Personally, I haven't heard anything on that in suggestion that there's going to be definite talks. I'm a little skeptical on this. I don't think Liverpool will be in a position where they absolutely desperate to give him a new deal.
That sounds crazy.
What does that mean, bro?
Yeah, like what?
Raw. Not
if I hear that as a player, boy,
bruv. Wow.
Not desperate enough to consider giving him a new deal. The brother is on like what 50k? Is that what he's on? 50 something like that. I've seen people say he's on some low wage.
He must be on bonuses because this 50k thing has been flying around for years now. He must be on mad bonus because there's no way Diaz has kept his contract for this long and is super calm.
There's nothing he can do, brother, until they talk to him, right?
That's a fact, man. They even kidnapped his dad so he couldn't change his contract, blood.
No, that's not what happened.
Oh. Okay, my bad.
That's not.
We don't know if John Henry was behind it though. They could have.
It's definitely not what happened.
Listen, stop talking about.
Guys, I'm not involved.
Listen, stop talking about his contract and mastering bullshit. Yeah, we got you down.
Listen, it died down after that. I tell you that much. There was no further conversation on that one. McAllister, man, just talking about how he feels at Liverpool. I don't feel that we're going to. I don't feel that we were going to win the league as easily as we did because we are in process. That's just being started for many. It was a big change. The coach and the team knew that we can continue to improve, and hopefully, this is the beginning of something great on ESPN. So they didn't think we were going to win the league. That's what he said.
At least now this can dispel the
anyway.
That everybody keeps trying to come with. Like I'm hearing people telling me, like, yeah, no, but when the season started, like, I'll keep it a buck, guys. If the players did not think that they were going to win the league, your feeling of thinking we was going to win the league is purely based on just bias. It's not based on anything outside of that because the players that like the guys who were playing the game, who were in the team, did not think that they were going to win the league. Like they didn't look at it and think, no, we could. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we could. No, they didn't think that. So when people tell me, yeah, begin the season, yeah, I hear it. Like you could think that, But it wasn't based upon a feeling that like, yo, these play. No, it was based upon I support Liverpool. I think we're good. We can maybe do something. We didn't obviously think that Man City were going to be so shit, but at the same time, I think we can do, you know, a little something. So I'm happy he said that to now dispel the fake news that I was hearing all season.
Okay, fake news. Sav, do you want to add to that? Or
What, to McAllister?
yeah.
Fake news, man.
I get what McAllister thinks, bro.
All right, let's move
Big up
on.
Matt, though. Big up Matt, though. Nah, bro, I told man already, bro, because I've had people keep arguing with me when I'm not even around, bro. Because I said that he's not world class, bro. Bro, McAllister's not world class, bro. I don't know where you man got that from. It's fine though. It's fine because I think it's cold. Like how the why I start sentences with saying McAllister's cold, but I don't think it's world class, and everyone just loses their mind about the not world class part, bro. What has he done to be world class, bro? Brighton. Exactly. So no, that's what I'm saying, bro. So maybe he can be world class. I don't care if he is world class eventually. There's plenty of people players that I've loved my whole career and that they ain't world class, bro. I just don't think he's world class at the moment. Starts to show a bit more on the pitch and that, and the stuff that he does in the game is good if he starts to do it more consistently. Because that's what world class is. The consistency is the main part of it. And he's not consistent, bro. Sometimes he's rubbish, bro, and sometimes it looks like he's running in like mud, quicksand. So, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, guys. Sorry to burst your bubble and that, but I'm allowed to have my. When you win the World Cup, bro, don't even start on that because I got a list of people who won the World Cup that are trash. He's not.
Can we just point out the fact that John's asking me, but Savage was the one who just went on that monologue.
I don't know if John's being like, you know, when man goes, all black guys look the same. I don't know.
Bro, like, you just heard Savage going in on McAllister. I've not even said a word. I didn't say a word.
Yeah, because you agree with me and you're just keeping quiet, blood. Why are you not backing my case, bro? You know it's
because you're speaking, Savage. I've always been told that it's rude to interrupt you.
Well, do the church thing. At least say preach or wow. Say something. I didn't say shit, you know, bro.
I was going to say praise the Lord, man. Praise.
No, real chat, like,
good.
Everyone in the chat, put a little sentence of what you believe world class is, bro, and then you realize the reason why I don't think that is world class. Because it's not at this, not calling someone world class, bro. It's like, okay, do I think MG are great YouTubers? Yeah. Do I think you Mr. Beast? No. No.
So I thought I had the potential. Okay.
No, you're not even close to being as good as Mr. Beast.
Okay, Savage. I don't need the mustard on it. That was fine. You could have left it there, you know.
Gee, if you kept quiet like I did, you wouldn't have got a reaction. See, I just humbled myself and go, yeah, okay, no problem.
Yeah, I don't even mean it. My bad, guys. I don't even mean it.
That's all right, bro. I told man, this ain't you got a line.
This is a safe space, but I don't feel safe. Like, I really don't feel that safe.
It's only you go online. It's a safe space. The rest of the time, it's not, bro.
Listen, I don't even mean it to. I feel like things are too quick to be. The reason why there's such a the players are on a height and then they fall to the depths of hell and everyone starts calling them shit so quick. It's because you put them on the platform in the first place, bro. Once you've earned being on the platform of being world class, you won't fall off it, bro. Even if you're not good at, like, for example, man can joke around about Casemiro at Man United all they like now, innit?
Mm-hmm.
But when he goes home, there's 5 Champions Leagues in his living room, bro, that he's contributed to. So you can tell me that my current self and my form ain't world class anymore. But I'm a world class player, bro. You get me? Messi could have went to US and stunk up the place every single game. Ronaldo can go Saudi and stink up every single game. It don't matter. Still Ronaldo, still Messi, bro. If McAllister stunk from this moment on, I'm talking he got stinky from this moment on, you man still gonna tell me he's world class, bro? No, you're not.
Let's move on because he just won the Premier League. Angelo Stiller, man. Liverpool are eyeing Stuttgart's midfielder Angelo Stiller. Stuttgart won at least 60 million euros for them to consider a departure. Comes from the local news outlet in Stuttgart.
Stiller,
what do you guys think about Angelo Stiller? I think he's just an average footballer, bro, but that's just my opinion.
He looked a bit disabled.
No, he's not. He had the thing done in it. That's why.
Yeah, no. That don't stop him. Look, he looks like.
No, but that's not like.
So you're telling me he don't look like retarded in Rush?
Sav, we went through the actual words we should be using.
Special.
We went through the words earlier. What we should be saying online. Why are we?
Sorry.
Why do we go back to?
Now you know what he looks like. He looks like Aldridge used to play for Liverpool.
Mm.
He looks like him, but like weird.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, he's the type of player that Liverpool would sign, and that's the type of player that we would go for, and that's the type of face that we would have at this football club. I don't know why, but that just seems so Liverpool.
Anyway,
Yeah, he does look like Chuckleberry. He looks like Paul in it.
Anyways,
me to you.
Moving on. I think Liverpool will sign a striker. Let's see, maybe a wide forward. Keep an eye on Nico Williams. This from Lewis Steele.
Waller?
Yep.
You used to like this player, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. The people I'm saying, innit? Remember what I just said earlier about people not watching the football, and then when they watch him in one game, all of a sudden, okay, all I've heard since the Man U game is these are the two brothers everyone was hyping up. Bro, it's one game.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like, so even if they just went off the what would we just have, the Euros or the Euros, innit?
Yeah.
Euros, yeah.
So they watched all the games in the Euros of him being a bad boy, but the one Man U game means he's rubbish. Bro, make it make sense.
You're always as good as your last game, they said. In it. Well, obviously we spoke about Frimpong as well, but he's there.
Wait. Our last game, we just got smoked by Chelsea. But I don't think you want to say that.
Yeah, that's true. Frimpong would be keen on a move to Liverpool if they decide to go down that route. David Ornstein. And then I saw earlier that they're going to have a conversation this week. So let's see.
He's already had a conversation, remember?
All right, bro. I'm talking about real sources, not fake ones, bro.
Oh, not ketchup. Listen, this kind of feels like the Jerkers one, innit? Like, it just keeps coming up over and over again. So maybe it's Frimpong and Jerkers we get. They're the new guys going forward. Yay.
But we know Liverpool, we don't sign players that we always see in the news, though.
True.
When you think about it.
We always do the other side of it. But for us to finish up on, boys, the top 5 race is no longer called the top 4 race. It's called the top 5 race.
Top 5 is hilarious.
They've taken us out of it as well, because every time I see it, it looks so weird because number 1 ain't there. So they've minused us out because we're no longer a concern of what's going on below that. We got Arsenal, City, Newcastle, and the rest of these scrubs doing what they're doing. Those are their final 3 games each. Arsenal need 4 points, by the way, to guarantee top 4. So based on what I spoke to my boy, I said to you, Sav, we spoke about if Liverpool lost to Chelsea and then beat Arsenal are in the mud, bro, because they will need 4 points from their last 2 games. Yeah. And their last 2 games will be Newcastle and Southampton. So they will need to beat Newcastle. And Newcastle want the points as well. Southampton will probably make it difficult for them as well. So the question is, lads, I know G said he's doing something at the moment. Who makes the top 5? No. Okay, who makes that top 5?
So this is without Liverpool in it. So I got Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle. See, the only thing is, like, the team behind Villa is who? Brighton. I swear the team behind Villa's not far behind them as well. Because when Bournemouth played the other day, Bournemouth were like 7 points off or something like that.
Maybe based on the last 3 games on points wise, they're maybe like 2 behind, so that means they couldn't get in there even if they won all their games, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean.
Maybe that's why they've not, because I'm sure they should have added them if they're closer.
Yeah, because I got City finishing second, which is going to be hilarious if City finish second. Oh no, yeah, you're right. That was the team behind Villa. It's Bournemouth, so they ain't getting it because they're 7 points behind already. So.
Okay, yes.
Because it was after the game I watched on the weekend. So top 5, and this season as well. And if the 2 win the final, then 8 teams get Europe in it.
Do they do that or minus out the other positions?
No, it's a definite. It's a definite. Like if
goddamn. So what you saying? Bare English clubs in Europe then? I hear it.
Then it goes down to it will go down to Bournemouth spot. I think if Man City win the FA Cup, then the European spot from Man City goes to someone else because Man City have already got the Champions League, which means there's 7 teams in Europe. And then if Spurs or United win their league, that's an automatic spot into the Europa League. So then the Conference League spot goes down to somebody else. So then it can be then it's between like Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, and Fulham. They're all like a point between each other. It's only Palace who's like 5 points off. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Bro, City have got the easiest running, bro.
City's finishing second, bro.
Bro. I'm looking at this run. I'm like, bro, man's got Southampton who are relegated, Bournemouth at home, tough game, but Bournemouth at home, and then Fulham away on the last day.
History
Bro,
books
they're
will
getting
not
free.
have context of this season. So when you look at history, it's going to say Man City's worst season. They might have won the FA Cup, finished second.
Bro, you know, I'm not even gonna start. Yeah.
Man, listen, bro. The conversation that's when you get a panel together and you get the Arsenal fans on there. Like, say the season plays out as what you just said, Sam. They win the league, they win the FA Cup and finish second. Arsenal win nothing. Spurs or United go and win the Europa League.
You better have Spurs winning it just for the.
Oh, it'll be so much better.
Just for the vibes, yeah. Spurs win it.
And I want Ange to stay because I always want to try for.
Where does the conversation go at that point then?
What's Tariq? Where's Tariq? I haven't seen that brother in a minute. You ask him.
Yeah, bro, Tariq's been depressed.
Tariq and Matt has been missing, innit? Them man, they have been MIA, bro. Them man, they're waiting for Champions League to pop back.
Yeah, I can tell. Like, if they get to the final, I guarantee Tariq will do a
all
stream.
Of a sudden, there's a message like, "Yo, E-man saying long time we ain't, you know what I mean, done a stream." What?
Yeah, of course, long time.
I've messaged you a few times, bro. You said you've been busy. all of a sudden, you're free now. But yeah, what about yours, G? What are you saying? Top 5 and that.
Who did you say, Savage? Sorry, like who's your top 5? So Liverpool, Arsenal. So that's
but it's top 5 from this though, without Liverpool.
Yeah, it's top 5.
So it's the 5 after Liverpool.
So 5 teams out of the 7 here.
Yeah, so that gap there from 2nd to 7th, it's picking 5 from there. So mine's Man City, Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Nottingham. Obviously, Nottingham's been dropping points a lot lately, innit? The wrong time. But I say this to my son, innit? Because I'm trying to get my son out of this stupid mindset. You know, like everyone's bottling everything now. I'm like, brother, European football in any capacity for Nottingham's cold, bro. Considering where they were. You get me? Now, of course, they want to be in the Champions League because they've been in that spot for most of the season, bro. But, yo, you want to get in the Champions League and get kicked out straight away next season? Because that's what will happen. So,
if I had to pick 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you'd have to pick 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you have to pick.
Oh, just 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh,
yeah, because Liverpool's already got one spot in it. So, and then to what Savage said, if we do well in Europe, then it will extend down to the other guys as well.
I think it'll be the player, the team. It will finish exactly like this. Maybe Villa and Nottingham Forest will swap, but like that's exactly how I think it would.
Do you think Arsenal 2nd, City 3rd, Newcastle 4th, Chelsea 5th?
Yeah, I think
it's probably about right. The only thing I think is I just think that Man City will finish 2nd, but everything else.
Oh yeah, like swap man. But in terms of just the teams who are there, I think that's I don't see that.
Listen, Arsenal need 4 points to guarantee in there, right? They got Liverpool, Newcastle, and Southampton next. Liverpool beat them; they have to get 4 points out of the last one. If Newcastle then beat them as well, Arsenal.
Newcastle and Liverpool 2 hard games for them. But you just got to hope that Liverpool play like they did against Chelsea, which we probably will.
Literally.
I think the dependent for Arsenal is what happens on Wednesday. Because if they get through the Champions League, because Arsenal's stupid, they'll put all their eggs in the Champions League basket, not knowing, like just thinking that they're going to be fine when they might not be, and then they'll lose the final and lose top 4. So I think if they beat PSG, then they'll probably focus on the Champions League. If they lose, then I think they'll definitely finish 3rd or 2nd because they have to. Then
then they'll make sure they're switched on for that. Man City, you're right, has the easiest one. Newcastle got a hard one, to be fair. They got Chelsea, Arsenal, and Everton in their one. Chelsea got Newcastle, Man United, and Forest. So they've got the teams that. This is what I'm saying. These games are going to be so difficult because you've got
all like it's a proper.
Fighting. Yeah,
you're right. Apart from the fact that it's a race for the fucking top 5, how tragic. It is competitive because everyone's got to play each other. I'm sure someone will celebrate when the Champions League. You saw how Chelsea celebrated when they beat us, bro. Couldn't believe it.
But you know what? Maybe Villa and Forest might be able to do something, you know?
Because they got to play the teams, a little sneaky one.
Yeah, like a little, like to play Bournemouth, Spurs, and Man United. The Spurs and Man United is obviously dependent on what happens in the. Well, they both get to the final anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So Man United, I know they're playing their youngsters a lot more. They've kind of given up with the league.
Yeah, anyway. You see the team that they played this weekend.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like that's 3 points for Villa anyway, away to Manchester United. Calm. I feel Chelsea will beat them at home 100% at Stamford Bridge. So, maybe this, I don't know, you know. All I know is that Arsenal look like they're in the mud, bro. Them next 2 games look kind of difficult. And Chelsea, to be fair.
We'll see what happens when we get there, though. But listen, Mandem, as always, man, love for the love. Savage's link, G's link, both their chat. Well, Savage's 3 channels, G's 2 channels, and their Twitter. Please go and support them on Twitter because they love to engage with the fan base. And they're thinking to make like a little group as well on Twitter. So if you guys want to be a part of that, just shoot them a message.
We're not doing that. Twitter groups are for the scrubs that don't have a job. You know the ones that are on live all the time. Bro. We know which ones.
Anyways, bro, like they're planning to make the group.
Old women trying to catch their youth online. But get off, man. Go
planning to make a group
the meal, man.
Because they're gonna do some more lives on Twitter as well. So you guys
live on Twitter, blood. I don't have a blue tick, blood. I can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, I'm a brokey on Twitter.
What do you mean live? What do you mean like a live?
Like a live video. You did a live one the other day.
No, bro, brokey, bro. Like when I try to link it through StreamYard and that it says I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, you can't do it there. I mean, you can go live on there though, can you? You can go
live on Twitter, but I
didn't know you could do that. I actually didn't know you could go live on Twitter.
Nah, bro, I'm not scrubbed.
That's where we're live on Twitter as well now.
No, but you have to do it through StreamYard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not paying extra to go live. That's loose, man.
Wow.
Yeah. And if I do a straight, I'm cooking people in there, bro.
Yeah. No, sorry, man. Just take the Roki symbol in it. It's all good, bro. Like,
yeah, man. I might do. As I said, man, I might do. No, forget it. I was gonna do a watch along for the.
No, do it, man, because you said it earlier as well. Yeah.
Inter versus the child traffickers, isn't it? Could be interesting still. Are you over at that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be over on thing doing that one.
Nah, bro, relax. Hollywood friends now, G.
Sometimes it is what it is. But yeah, guys, I appreciate the support as always, man. Big up to the new subscribers as well. We're in 3K onwards and upwards to the 5K mark. That's where we need to hit next, man. Then we start acting all bougie and that over here. We're already. Anyways, guys.
Anyone who wants to come over to my channel and just like be like, I don't know, talk about like Barcelona Inter, I can. But just know there's a possibility that if Bray's faced with gang signs and goals start scoring, I might lock off the stream. Like if it ends up like 3-0 to Barca, I'm off, bro. Because I ain't staying around for that. But last week was a good game still. So even though there was a goal that was offside, that wasn't offside, but not my business. Continue.
Yeah, let me tag. So you're gonna do it on Savage Talks, yeah?
Yeah, what you doing, bro?
I'm putting it in the title, so because I know people are gonna be long, they won't scroll down in the description. So it's in the title now, guys. Easy, click it. Subscribe.
What do you mean, bro? Is the Nuggets in the chat? Don't man have hands, bro?
Big up, Pops, man. Love for the love, man. Guys, listen, go and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, morning, evening, or night, depending on where you are around the world. We'll catch you on the next one, man.
Peace.